my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You like my oxygen, make it seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in. From the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up. Break you in and break you out. In the end, we're gonna make.
Dionna, welcome back to another edition of All Time High. We're going to call this one the Saturday Night Live edition. So inspired by the 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live, you know, one of the funnier things that's gone on the news desk more recently with Michael Shea and Colin Jost is they have different reads that they do for each other. And so they kind of take opposing points of view. And so what I thought would be interesting today, you kind of, which coin do you like better, Bitcoin or XRP?
I mean, come on. Are you? Of course. Like,
you lean Bitcoin pretty significantly. Is that fair?
Of course I do. Yeah.
Okay. You're not quite a maxi, but on a 1 to 10 scale, you're 8, 9.
Correct. Yeah. I'm
yeah.
like, I'm a half maxi.
Yeah, that's fair. And then like authentically, I lean into XRP. I don't have a problem with centralization as long as the people that are managing the thing are actually good at what they're managing. Like, I think that adds value to the process.
Okay.
But because we want to be able to rep the industry better, let's play a game where we flip the script. Okay. And we'll spend the next, we'll call it 5 to 10 minutes where you give me all the good of XRP and why we should hold only XRP as, say, a national strategic reserve. And I'll give you all the reasons why Bitcoin should be the asset that we are focused on. And we'll let people, if you agree to this, if you can't do it, I understand.
No, I was thinking, I was like, can I come up with good reasons to hold XRP? No, I'll figure it out.
That's just it. You'll have to make it up. And people can let us know in the comments below which one they connect with more authentically. I'd love to see the votes counted. If you haven't liked or subscribed, when would be a good time to do that, Dionna?
Right now. Go ahead. It's right down there. Hit that button.
Yes. We'll take a deep breath, a moment of meditation to allow you to do just that and to allow us to clear our thoughts so that I can represent Bitcoin and so that Dionna can be the XRP expert that she is, that's been dying to get out. All right, sure. I'm going to, I'll be a gentleman, ladies first.
I was going to let you go first. You set the tone. You set the tone.
Well,
Bitcoin's way easier to come up with more things.
Wow. You're not going to make this personal, real tough. I think the thing about, here's the thing. I am writing this out. I'm sticking with it till we get to a Bitcoin winner. And I fully expect you to do the same with XRP. If you don't, though, for some reason, I will call you out for that. And I want you to call me out for that. Is that okay?
Okay, fair enough.
All right, here we go. The thing that I think about Bitcoin, and by the way, you can pick apart my Bitcoin argument and I'll pick apart your XRP. How's that for fun and games?
That's going to go a lot longer than 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's a no-brainer. Bitcoin is for the people, by the people. It's the whole reason we got into this crypto conversation. Was it because it's the opportunity to move past government controlling the finances of individuals? This is an opportunity. Bitcoin is an opportunity to have peer-to-peer transactions be conducted in a way electronically that's protected, that's immutable, and it's a way to free the issues that we have with countries that are battling in these different wars. We can actually move down to individual sovereignty instead of having countries govern us through fiat.
Sure. Okay. Well, but on the flip side of that, countries, government, and fiat are strong and established and have been around for a very long time. And you say that Bitcoin is for the people, by the people, but the people don't even know who made Bitcoin. Whereas XRP, you can find and vet the team anytime. And are you going to go from some rogue technology or technology that was built by financial institutions in order to facilitate those large amount transactions that need to happen to help those countries you were just referencing?
Well, look, Bitcoin has never made a mistake, never had an issue. Its code has been flawless since inception. So I think, let's not be so naive to think that the people are going to be able to drive the outcomes. I think the code can drive the outcomes better than any group of people, because when you bring in humans, you bring in emotion and you bring in bias. And the only thing that You know, this is even truer and purer than AI, which is all the rage these days, because it's an accounting system that is simply conducting and completing the transaction through proof of work. We just don't want to work hard anymore. We always want to take these shortcuts. And at least Bitcoin's willing to do the hard work for us and these miners to help validate transactions that are immutable, that makes them beautiful.
You were reaching deep on that one.
It's reals. It's for reals.
I mean, you go back to, but Bitcoin is not foundationally built on anything. I mean, institutions have long, hundreds and hundreds of years of accounting,
Corruption.
of handling. They handle things all
Manipulation.
over the entire world. I mean, maybe a little bit. I can't argue with that one.
I mean,
There's a little
XRP
bit.
is the banker's coin. Am
Listen,
I right?
Bitcoin doesn't have a use case. XRP does. XRP moves large amounts of money from financial institution to financial institution, whereas Bitcoin is just some rogue coin that anybody can hold. But unless you actually put it to the dollar, it doesn't have any value.
Look at this. Without Bitcoin, there would be no XRP. If you look at the market cap right now, the entire space, 60 some odd percent, almost 70% of it is captured in Bitcoin. People don't want to invest in something that has utility at this point. Look what's going on with meme coins. Now is the time to stick with the OG, understand that the space is still developing, and let it blossom and grow. We need to plant the seeds, like they said in the Hamilton play, right?
Yeah.
While you were off doing the fighting.
That's the problem, though. That's the problem is you're taking all this money and you're putting it into things like meme coins when you actually have, let's say, okay, fine, Bitcoin was the first and it got a lot of traction and it's fun to hedge against the dollar, but nothing has stayed more true than the dollar, and nothing needs a financial system like XRP than the dollar and different institutions in order to facilitate those movements back and forth. And I will say that even though you say that Bitcoin has a use case, I will argue that it doesn't. And XRP is the one altcoin that has a true use case. And XRP is Bitcoin the way it should have been.
What is XRP's use case? A meme coin too?
Large financial institutions use it to move money back and forth. So you're doing bank-to-bank, like gigantic transfers. Like, how fantastic is that? If you're doing that on Bitcoin, you're probably money laundering.
No, I'm not. You sound like Senator Elizabeth Warren.
Hey, I'm reaching deep on this one.
Oh my God, your heart's probably palpitating right now. I know mine is.
I know, right? Don't start calling me Pocahontas.
No, that's rude. That's rude. Although we understand why it happened. Well, look, at the end of the day, you're really talking about disintermediating bankers. You think JP Morgan got there by coincidence? You think whoever Vanderbilts that set up the infrastructure are going to allow this to happen? There's a reason XRP is in the lawsuit. It's because they don't want to give it legal clarity. There's a reason that Bitcoin and Ethereum have a regulatory free pass that have given it the steps to get to that 70. I mean, you're talking about 70% of market share. Are you really going to put and invest a strategic reserve for the US in a coin that's got what, maybe 5% of the market cap? That's insane. And think about it. How many coins are there, Dionna? How many?
Are we XRP for Bitcoin?
No, in general, like in the crypto space, thousands, tens of thousands,
so many.
One coin has 70% of the market cap. It's called Bitcoin. And I know there's volatility there, but in this last run up and in this shakeout, I mean, you've been dancing around 95,000, 102,000, 100,000. There's less volatility now in Bitcoin because it's an established asset. It is one that you can rely upon. And if you buy it at the right price, knowing that it's got a fixed cap of 21 million coins that'll ever be produced, there's no way with the printing of fiat money that it won't be worth more in the future. And that's why now is a great time.
Yeah, I beg to differ that if there's the regulatory was a necessity, or if it wasn't there, the SEC actually dropped the lawsuit. So, you know what I mean? XRP won the lawsuit. Like, regardless, it's becoming a different animal. And the use case of Bitcoin is still speculative. You can't just go in anywhere and use Bitcoin and have it accepted like you would the dollar. But there will always be a need for financial institutions to move large amounts of money back and forth. That use case is always going to be there, which is why of all the hundreds of thousands of coins, of all coins that are on the market, XRP is the only one that has a valid use case with the longevity, the marketing, and the organization behind it to keep it going in the industry. Bam.
I think you won. Oh man. Is there anything you want to say to get off your chest on
I'm very pro Bitcoin. I am not
I
pro
know you are.
XRP at all. I
I
know,
know.
but that's
If anybody sees like parts of these cuts, they're going to be like, "Who are those people, and what did you do with them?"
listen. I'm gonna get in trouble if you share someone. My friends would be like, "Wait, that's not what you were saying the other day." But
Oh
this
my
is,
God,
you know, if you don't look at all sides, like
Yeah.
you should not get so pigeonholed or blindsided into anything. I love getting challenged on my viewpoint. Actually, some of the things I said here today, I was like, "Damn, that was pretty good."
That was good.
Maybe I need to think about XRP a little bit. But, you know, we all have our reasons why we're in. We all have our risk tolerance and why we gravitate to one thing or another. So take both sides of this argument and do what you want to do with that information. We're just happy to present different views of it.
Yeah, and do it in a healthy way, because one of the things about this space, it is so like friction oriented and competitive. If we don't figure out how to take the other point of view to help raise the all-time high past 3 trillion into 5 trillion,
That's right.
to 10 trillion, I mean, you want to have some fun, that's going to be fun. But this thing where there's infighting and wash trading and
We don't like that.
they're trying to lighten up on the regulation. I mean, they've let a few cases go. The XRP one actually sits in appeal right now. And so they've released, I guess, the Binance thing is coming to closure.
Yep.
They released the Coinbase. They said the OpenSea thing, they're not going to pursue NFTs as a security, even though they'd started down the initial investigation there.
That's a tricky road.
What do you think is going to happen with, why do you think they're waiting on XRP? Are they, and this is, we're out of character now. We're back to our normal selves. What do you think is the delay? Why haven't they cleared that one first?
Who knows? Like,
I think the banks are still slowing this thing down.
Probably. You know, or you need to have that regulatory clarity that we're all still desperate to really have, you know, and it's maybe there's a precedent that could be set in that case that's worth allowing it to continue going forward, so that, you know what I mean? Like there's all kinds of reasons of why. I mean, that's not good for the government, but with this government, maybe that's something they want on record. They're doing all kinds of things that are crazy. I'm not even going to begin to try to justify. I like to sit back and eat my popcorn and watch and see what's happening, and then hope a bunch of the money ends up in my pocket somehow. I don't care if it's Bitcoin. I don't care if it's dollar. Listen, if you want to send XRP, I'll take XRP.
Yeah, I take payments in XRP. I take payments in Bitcoin or Solana. In fact, I mean, not that we'll do a portfolio reveal one day, but we could. I will share with you that I have, at a minimum, those 3 coins in my portfolio today. And as we talked about on a previous episode, I stacked some USA coins into the mix. And
not USAID, right?
No, not USAID. No, that turned out to be a little bit more fraudulent. A little more fraudulent than we thought. But no, I did put some money into Link, I believe. Nice. Is one of the other ones that I did.
Yeah.
And you know what? In this little wind down, or what are we going to call this? The BitBuy, what is the name? BitBoy. Speaking of BitBoy, have you seen that?
Oh yeah, yeah, I saw it. Hopefully he's okay. Like, it was a little crazy. It was a little intense for a minute.
Yeah. In fact, I mean, it's worth saying too, a lot of what's going on with Wintermute and BitBoy and some of the guys that do really well, and even the meme coin conundrum, you know, leverage can get you in a lot of trouble. And Wintermute is exploiting leverage. It's easy money for a guy like Binance and CZ, who holds the order book, to look at where the longs are. And I know we all want it to go up, and we believe it's all going to go up, but be patient, because until it goes up, it's not up, it's there. And they've been making and taking and grabbing that money. And as far as I can tell, Dionna, it's not illegal. You know why?
Why?
There are no laws. There is no governance. How smart do you think CZ is? CZ's smarter than Sam Bankman-Fried. I'm going to give him that.
Well, you know,
CZ kind of like played this game against Sam Bankman.
For sure. Yeah. And won, big time. I mean, he had to do less time, pay less money, and got to save his exchange. So I think checkmate.
Yeah. Well, and if you recollect, I think you were the one who told me he evaluated Sam Bankman-Fried's, he was going to help him out, help him through the process. And he realized he saw a vulnerability and he exploited it. He said, yeah, no deal.
Yeah.
You show me your books, and guess what?
Yeah.
We're going to crash.
Yep. Yeah, I think CZ knew early because he was such a big holder. Like, if you understand the ecosystems, it makes sense. You know what I mean? If you don't want if the person who makes the coin is the major holder of the coin, that's not a good ecosystem. It means it's all very centralized. So CZ just picked up it pretty early and figured it out and exploited it.
Well, and now speaking of market share, he has market share. And Wintermute, by the way, I've come to understand, owns 15% of market share. So in terms of liquidity, they're able to provide it from the holdings that they secured from many moons ago. And so now what's the famous saying? Is it buy high and sell low? No,
buy low and sell high.
Yeah, they got that part. They got that down.
All-time high. Woo!
All-time high. Come back to our next episode. We'll dig deeper into these dynamics, try to come through and pull through to a new all-time high. I'd say right now our all-time high is around 3.7 trillion. We're sitting at 3.1. We need some favorable EOs, some favorable legislation. No more rug pulls, please. No more rug pulls. No more. Just likes and subscribes.
Yeah.
All right. Till next time. We'll see you, Dionna.
Bye, everyone.
You on my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my